Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
It's coming in a little hot, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Wow.
blew my ears out, dude.
Yeah, sorry about that. I hope we're on the... had nothing but technical issues all morning. Apologize. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. With Mike and Jay. Shalom, Big E. Happy Father's Day, Jay.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
Yes. You're the only father in the room.
Means
so.
a lot. Means
Yeah.
a lot.
Big party for later.
Have you know, dude, I was proclaimed world's best again today. So
Nice.
sorry to all the little people out there. Better luck next year. But I
Yeah.
received a mason jar, a
Wow.
homemade craft with the top adorned with world's best dad, et cetera, et cetera.
Excellent.
Flowers and airplanes and a little landscape
Yeah,
drawing
yeah.
by the Sweet Pie. And then inside she put a bunch of her best memories and then things to do in the future.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's on the list? Do you remember anything
Oh,
offhand?
there's a lot of stuff like go to the zoo every year with Dad, and
Yeah, yeah.
rode bikes at soccer practices while
Very
we were
good.
waiting for Russell and things.
Sure.
like that. Yeah, just
Excellent.
I mean, really,
Really put a lot of effort into it. It's nice to claim your
It's a
title
school
again,
project.
too. You know what I mean? You know, to claim that title. I know that devastated you when you were just, Dad Rocks last year. So,
I'm back, baby.
Yeah, well,
Could you imagine,
congratulations.
what if the teacher in the class, because you're right, though, I remember doing these projects in class, too, like, oh, we're all going to make our fathers a card or a whatever. What if the teacher was like, look, you all can't say number one dad, so we're going to have to do a little competition here
Rank
or
'em out.
something. Let's get 5
Send a
things you think
class
that makes
vote.
your dad the best, and I'll decide who really is the best, and the rest of you just have
Well,
to
maybe
make
they did that. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe they did that.
Maybe it was an open competition.
I
We
got
don't know.
world's best. Okay,
Yeah.
stop.
Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Are you enjoying the soccer, Jay? Have you been watching a lot of soccer?
Oh, it's been good, Mike.
You've been inundated with soccer.
If you didn't see the Spain-Portugal match the other day,
Oh, you haven't lived until you've seen that.
Ronaldo and his 3 goals.
Yep. I did not watch any soccer, I'll be honest with you. I saw Russia kicked ass. That was last, Thursday to kick it all off. Won 6-0, but that's as far as I got. I did see the penalty kick miss.
Yeah, by Messi.
By Messi, yeah. I didn't watch any of the U.S. Open, really. Did you watch any of that?
Tiny bit this morning. I
Yeah.
think I was watching a bit of a replay. Actually, I was on the wrong channel.
Yeah.
I thought I was watching live. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah. So they'll wrap up that today, but Phil Mickelson did what so many people want to do and do on the golf course.
Absolutely. This move, how many times have you made this move? Whether it be on the putt-putt course, on the real
Yes.
course, whatever.
It's just brilliant. And he's like, yeah, I've wanted to do it for years. Should have done it at Augusta a couple years in a row at the 15th hole. But you get that when you hit it a little too hard. It's like, don't hit that slope. No. And his was just going to roll off the face. He's like, runs it. Yeah, here's the video of it. Dude, I thought this was just awesome, though.
Old lefty with his dad bod. Check him out.
Yeah. It's his birthday, too. You can do this on your birthday.
Sends it a little hard and wide. It's hot. It's going
yeah.
down the hill. And he's
No,
like,
it's
you know
not.
what? Fuck that.
Fuck that.
I'm jogging
No,
up
no, no,
there,
no, no, no.
and I'm just going to tap it back toward the hole.
And he almost dropped it, too.
That would have been kind of sweet.
Yeah. 2-stroke penalty. He's like, yeah, I knew it was a 2-stroke penalty. What do you know? So I
Isn't
did
it
it on
DQ,
purpose.
though?
No,
I
they
heard he
said
should-
that they have the choice of either one. They could have DQ'd him, or they
Gotcha.
could have gave him the 2-stroke penalty. They probably chose not to DQ Phil because he's freaking one of the
Phil
bigger
Mickelson,
names.
Yeah. Dude, that's hilarious,
Look at him
though.
laughing. He's like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
They're like, people are worried, though. It's disrespectful to the game. Like, who are these people? It was funny.
Yeah, but if that
Relax.
becomes the go-to, if people are like, fuck it, I'm out of it. I'm just going to go
Yeah.
tap the thing. I'm frustrated. You can't do that.
Why?
We're a
chuck
nation
clubs
of
into the-
laws.
into
We're a
the-
nation of laws, man.
Yeah, but on the real course with real people, I mean, we're chucking bags into the lake, you know? When we screw
Yeah,
up.
you're also kicking the ball out of the rough a little
Yeah,
bit. You know? I mean,
absolutely.
come on. This you can't do that.
No. I don't have a problem
You
with
can't
it.
just have that be the default. Because I guarantee you, people would. It'd just start like, all right, I'm totally out of this.
Yeah.
You know.
He got a
become a
10, I
meme.
think, on that hole, too.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's
awesome.
what it was. But two-time U.S. Open champ Curtis Strange added, he will feel some embarrassment because there are a lot of people and kids watching that really admire this guy. Like, people need to settle down. I mean, is that going to – I just can't imagine it's that big a deal. But, yeah, as you say, there are rules. And he's like you said, he's wanted to do it before, but finally got the courage up. I liked it. Anyway, speaking of the World Cup in Russia, you see that taxi driver?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Obviously a huge terrorist target, the World Cup. Because
for
you've
sure.
Got, internet. We actually know a person. Wasik's over there at the
really?
World Cup right now. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
In Russia?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, he's there for work, or he's there.
No, he's a huge soccer fan.
Oh yeah, he played at State.
Yeah.
Yeah. This taxi driver, though, if you haven't seen the video, and we have the video, just all of a sudden, like in traffic, rush hour traffic of some sort, just decides to turn right and plow into a bunch of people.
So is this ISIS or what is this, man?
I don't know what the.
Dude.
Oh, man, that stinks.
Ah.
Yeah. Took out 2 Mexicans, 2 Russians, and a Ukrainian. They were all hospitalized. Some other people were tagged as well and injured, but Moscow police said the motorist had a Kyrgyzstan driver's license, lost control of the vehicle. He says he lost control of the vehicle. That doesn't add up when you watch that video, does it?
No, it doesn't.
You know,
Hard right and then accelerating.
Yeah. So as the footage came out, they're like, it's raising some questions about, how
Play
much
it again.
this guy said.
Was he just flat out stopped and then he goes running?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He just.
What the fuck, man? It's got to be terrorism.
It's got to be, yeah. I mean, was it a last-minute thing? He was like, you know what, I'm going to get in on this terrorism game. You know,
Right.
and it was just like, fuck it, I'm going to do it now. And
So then he goes booking.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
a
takes out,
person
but they
who
catch him. They take him down to
a
Chinatown.
person who the car just kind of like had a mishap tends to get out and just run away.
Watch this guy miss.
Yeah,
he
did you
misses
see
the trip.
He goes for the leg sweep.
Where?
Back it up when he's running.
That's embarrassing. He
Yeah.
missed. He flat out missed.
Was he? Well, he got taken out too. Go back a little further.
How much?
So- right
okay,
there.
here
You're
he
fine.
goes.
So he's
Watch the
running.
guy go for the leg sweep and miss.
Oh, that was a terrible move.
So embarrassing.
He stopped.
He tripped himself, actually.
Yeah, he did.
You got to slide and just do slide tackle style.
You think
right
so?
there.
If he's in shorts,
Yeah, he stopped and kind of held out his leg at the last moment.
Yeah.
And the guy just kind of like ran through it.
back it up, E.
Kind of a Red Rover situation.
Yeah. So the guy's running. He's got it. He's got the angle.
He did.
He's got the
He
angle.
gave
Why
up
didn't you
the angle.
stick him?
He
Dude,
gave up the angle at the last moment.
oh, what a pussy. Dude, he could have come in strong, dropped the shoulder right into that guy's rib cage, and he'd be a hero today. Back it up one more time, E.
Instead, he's just an embarrassment.
He's an embarrassment now. Dude, he's got the angle.
He does.
He's got the
He
angle.
could have
Oh!
stuck him. I mean, he didn't even have to do the leg sweep. He could have absolutely stuck him. You're
Just,
right.
just could you imagine? Just drops his shoulder and plants that dude. Oh, reminds me of that guy. Remember the dude that came into the party store with a gun or something?
Yeah.
And then he ran out, and those 2 guys tried. Like one of them went after him. The other guy was like stuck his foot out or something.
Barely.
Barely. And he was an embarrassment too. It's one of our favorite videos a couple of years ago. I don't know if we could ever find
It's
it.
like,
but-
well, I got to do something, maybe.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. Yeah, so the driver, one guy's trying to bang on the window while another can be seen trying to smash his way into the vehicle. The driver manages to escape, as we just saw. Escapes on foot, but the angry mob wrestle him to the ground. Sources claim that the driver fell asleep at the wheel and accidentally pressed against the accelerator.
Bullshit.
No
and then
way.
and then he immediately wakes up and runs.
Yeah.
Sure. That's not the action of a sleeping dude. Or
No,
somebody who
and-
just nods off for a second.
And
He
you
was
tur-
stopped
hard
and took
right
a hard
turn.
right and accelerated. That's bullshit. This guy totally did it on purpose.
One witness at the scene said he was yanked out of the vehicle. He ran off. As people were apprehending him, he was shouting, "It wasn't me! It wasn't me!" Dude.
It
No,
wasn't me.
sir. The driver,
This is strong. I like the move.
Annelbeck,
Taking it to his grave. It just deny.
Doubling down big time. Nope.
It wasn't me.
the driver, is it Annelbeck or Annelbeck?
I'm sure it's anal.
I think it's Annelbeck. Ulu. U-U-L-U.
pretty name. Rolls
How-
off the tongue.
Ulu? How do you get the last name U-U-L-U? That is,
U-L-U.
isn't that awesome? Yeah, he's undergoing police interrogation. Sounds like everybody will be fine, but God.
Really?
Oh.
Nobody's like broken neck or anything there, huh?
No one died, and I don't know the extent. They said they're in recovery. It sounds like
You haven't called the hospital.
I have not checked in with a hospital. No, I have not done that yet.
Hey, everybody, check out the Detroit Cast listener business page. It's a page under the Help the Show tab on our website, DetroitCast.com. The page includes businesses owned by listeners, and it would be great to support the supporters of the show. So take a look. Today's featured listings are Arnold Roof. You mentioned them last week, is coming
Yes.
by and setting you up with some skylights. They do free estimates.
Keith and Betsy did right by us.
Yeah.
Jay.
Oh, you're gonna
Yeah,
you're gonna
it's
fix the record?
Not Kevin Arnold. I'm just thinking of the TV show. Leave me alone. I've been sick.
Keith Arnold.
Dude, I came down here yesterday because it rained hard.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, boy. I was
Nothing,
like,
huh?
Look at that. Bone dry. Awesome. Yeah, they
Excellent.
did great work.
Yeah, free estimates, licensed and insured. They are serving Southeast Michigan. They specialize in roofing and gutters. Their end game is customer satisfaction. Also, DRKM Strategies. We talked about our buddy Craig the other day. He helps us out with internet marketing. He can help you too. They specialize in helping independent small businesses grow by using proven internet marketing methods. They entice new customers to find you online.
Yes, they do. Did you guys ever watch? I think it's been gone for a while now. I mean, it's back for a second season starting this week, but Detroiters.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I hear it's awesome. I don't
loved
know,
it.
for whatever reason, I didn't watch that. Did you watch
No,
it, Jay?
I missed it, and I never went back to it. So.
Yeah. I wonder if that's available.
Yeah, it's on.
somewhere.
I'm sure it's on demand.
Yeah. But yeah, the season premiere of Detroiters is Thursday. Features Tim Meadows, a local guy.
Yep.
Saturday Night
Awesome.
Live alum.
Dude,
he's playing a low self-esteem attorney, like
Awesome.
personal injury lawyer, with the slogan, "I'm Walt Warsh, and I try my best." I'm trying my best.
Dude, I love Tim Meadows. Honestly, I really think he's funny. He's always had a lot of just real small roles, and he was on SNL. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, he's always been fucking funny. Although he's never
Yeah.
been a main guy. Although the Ladies Man,
dude,
I guess.
Ladies Man, yeah, he had some movies that came out. The Ladies Man was a good bit. You know who-
I hated that, to be honest.
Did you?
Yeah, no, I do like some of the stuff he does, but yeah, Ladies Man.
Yeah. See who else is in this new season is local attorney Jumana.
Oh, no way.
Yes, dude, the chick on all the billboards
Sweet.
that we see throughout Detroit.
Chick that looks like the Muppet singer.
Yes,
big
K-Ruse
lips.
is her last
Yeah.
name. And so yeah, these guys. She's cracking an actual whip and a fake ad to demonstrate how hard she'll fight for clients. Is her thing. That is her, says this Sam Richardson, the one of the stars of the show. When we've come home and we'd see these billboards, we were like, "Whoa, Jumana, hello, she's got to be part of this world." So yeah, Thursday night on Comedy Central. The review I read by Julie Hines from the Free Press says it's funnier than last year.
Awesome.
And it's it's always been laced with local
Yeah,
references
totally.
and stuff. And this year's no different. There's even more of them, they said. So
You're kidding.
no, Jim Harbaugh will make a hilarious cameo. The Michigan Science Center gets.
Can he be hilarious, really?
I don't know if the writing's strong enough.
Yeah.
Perhaps Mort Krim.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, remember him from
Hell
DIV?
yeah.
He was a longtime anchor at DIV.
Of course.
He's back for more absurd cameos, and this time has an entire episode built around him.
Yeah, he does like they'll be like at this bar, and there's like the news is going on on the TV, but it's just obnoxious, like it's fucking ridiculous stories
But
or
it's
something.
him- it's
yeah,
him
but
delivering
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
You know, it's bummer. This triggers me. By the way, we talk about triggering. I should have been in that. Remember, I had my thought where I was going to be an extra in the.
That's right, man.
Yes.
Writers.
You went through that whole
and that
deal.
fucking 9-9 bullshit.
The what?
I don't know what
That's
that
where
is.
that
but-
was the company that was the company where I went and like.
Oh, they wanted you to pay or something, didn't
Right,
they?
and then
Yeah, in the end,
it was like huge fucking scam. In the end, they just wanted people to pay up front, and then
Didn't you spend many, many hours over a 2-day period there?
yeah,
Yeah.
Ugh.
I know.
Yeah. It's one of the few shows actually shot on location in Detroit, which is really cool. There's
You
been
can
a
tell
couple
too
others.
when you watch it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
tell the difference between like in this where that it's not just green screen or it's not like
Yeah.
downtown LA, but they're telling you it's Detroit.
Yeah. God, I'm going to check it out, though. I know it got great reviews last year, and so, yeah, they were like, it took real Detroiters to make this show, and so I'm kind of excited for that. You guys don't know who Chris Hardwick is, do you?
Yeah.
Do you? I don't know how you... He's a comic, but...
I totally recognized him when the story came out. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know that dude, but I'm not sure where I know him from.
Well, because you don't watch Walking Dead or any of those. He's the host of
Yeah,
Talking
yeah.
Dead. That's how he came on my radar. It's
Gross.
gross, I know, but...
No, I've seen him around with other shit. What
Yeah.
do we got for IMDb? Is this? let's see
he
that.
had a show, like one of those game showy type things on Comedy Central. I doubt you would watch that.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Probably just stand up then, because he had a pretty good stand up routine his last one. He's no longer going to appear in the Kaboo Festival after his ex girlfriend Chloe Dykstra accused him of sexually and emotionally abusing her. This is a weird story, man. She drops this thing. He's married now to someone else, and they've been broken up for 3 years when she decides to drop this story and kind of ruin his life. So he was going to do a comedy set at this Kaboo Festival. in September, but that's no longer the plan. AMC is also pulling his show Talking with Chris Hardwick off the air while it assesses the situation. No word on Talking Dead, though. Their big show that he's a part of. He's the host of. He also stepped aside from moderating AMC and BBC panels at Comic-Con in San Diego for next month. Boy, it just takes an accusation, doesn't it?
And who is this chick who's accusing him?
I don't even know what cosplay is. Is that the people that just dress up?
Yeah.
She's got like a YouTube show or something.
What was I?
You know what cosplay is, Mike? I would think you'd be into that shit, honestly.
No. Not really.
Not even marginally?
No.
What's her name?
Chloe Dykstra. She said experiencing long-term abuse by her ex-boyfriend. She didn't name him, but it was so obvious who it was. She wrote, the relationship started out poorly. Well, then you leave. What are we doing? And within the first 2 weeks of them dating, he'd given her a set of rules that she had to follow. She'll love that. I was not to have close male friends unless we worked together. All photos of male friends were to be removed from my apartment.
Oh, man.
This was heartbreaking.
Wait a minute.
My best friend happened to be a male.
I wonder, like, honestly, for people, how many, as a girl, how many, like, pictures around the apartment that you have of male friends? Like, seriously. Like
A single chick in her 30s? I mean, she's got a group of friends.
I
She's probably
guess.
goes on trips and shit with them. I don't know.
I mean, I'm looking at pictures. I don't recognize her.
But you wonder how this was delivered. Was it delivered, like, in writing, like, sit down, all right, now, here
Yeah,
are the rules. Let's
exactly.
go over them together. Or was it just like, you know what? You got all these dudes around your apartment. What's up with that?
Not
you know?
crazy cool about
Yeah.
this. You mind taking those down? It's hard to fucking walk around here and just see all these dudes.
It's hard to bang you while I'm looking, over your nightstand at another dude.
At another dude. And they're, who knows what those pictures were. Shirtless guy on the beach, all ripped.
Yeah,
he's
he's a little weasel guy.
He's
isn't
a
he?
wisp. Yeah, he's a bit of a wisp. So she was not allowed to have alcohol because he was sober. I think a lot of people do that, though. It's like, hey, would you mind not drinking around me? So who knows how that message was delivered?
Yeah.
But she says before we began
I don't
dating.
know. Does that work, by the way? I'm serious. Like, I'm not saying that people shouldn't drink or should drink but when someone's so sober like that, to have a girl or boyfriend that's not, it just seems like that would
be more difficult for
that would
sure.
be really fucking hard to me. I feel like.
Yeah, didn't who was it that Chris Rock did a bit about that? How that'll never work, but two crackheads can work forever.
No, you're right. Two drunks can work, and two sober people can work, but
There's a lot of people, though, that don't use alcohol like you do, where it's totally just a social thing. So, say Gab was an alcoholic, like, I could totally just, give up alcohol. It just doesn't mean that much to me.
No, but I'm saying if the one person doesn't want to, that's that's what. Well, whatever.
She said that before we began dating, he was like, I noticed you had a glass of wine with dinner. That's going to stop.
God.
Other rules
Yeah,
included.
because I can't control myself. So.
So you can't either.
Yeah.
I can control you more than I can control myself.
I just find it wonderful that we live in a world where this chick can be, like, famous from cosplay. I mean, like, I'm looking, like, what else
It's
has
like
she
a
done?
model.
man?
I think she's a model, and I don't know. I didn't recognize her. I didn't know her until this weekend.
Yeah.
So other things.
Well, the thing is with Instagram, and I don't know her, I don't know
get
her and
it,
everything,
dude.
but
I
that's
mean,
probably
we live
what.
in the Kardashian world. You know?
Yeah.
Other rules included not speaking in public places. Because here's the catch with this. Who knows how loud, obnoxious this girl is? We've been around those people that are loud talkers.
Sure.
And you're
We
at a
have been.
restaurant.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
But still, dude.
He's a famous guy, and so he's worried that people will recognize him, and so and listen in on their conversations. So he's just like, don't speak in
Little
public.
discretion, please.
Yeah.
She's been in a lot of shit, actually. I mean, I
Really?
don't really recognize a lot of it, but she's done a lot of work over the last 6 years.
Yeah. Was she on Sky-Fi or something like that? Like I don't know. I thought I saw that. I was like, I don't know what that is, but.
She was Nancy in House of Demons.
Oh, sure. That was a great role for her.
Yeah.
Great role. So our dinners were usually silent, him on the phone. She also wasn't allowed to take photos of them together, but eventually he loosened up on this rule, but always made her ask permission first. I get that one, too. As a public figure, you have to be careful about what pictures go out when. I'm not saying that's the case here. Maybe he was just a dick face, but if she's posting a bunch of pictures of him and her together all over, I could see him going, dude, you know what? Would you ask me first before posting these? He would leave her in hotel rooms while he attended events, and he forced her to take an on-camera job at his company. She was against working for a significant other, but she was scared to upset him, so she took the on-camera position.
See, every one of these, one of them, like Mike, you've been trying to reason them, like, okay, pictures, this and that. But when you add them all together, though, and it's like, what is? I mean, whether he's
dating an asshole, then.
Yeah, and that I would agree with that too, though. You know what? Then you should be like, okay, this is fucking crazy. I'm out. Like,
Yeah.
Did she claim like sexual assault and stuff? Or?
Yeah. She says he was sexually assaulting her on a regular basis. I was expected to be ready for him when he came home from work. Goddamn right.
we
She's
watched
just
that,
got to be laying on the bed.
video. That's how it's supposed to be, right?
Hell yeah. Ladies.
He's had a hard day at work.
Your man has had a hard day at work.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Make sure the fireplace is going. Roaring fire is good for your man. If he doesn't come home at all at night, he's got his reasons. Please don't ask him about it. Love that one. Every night I laid there for him. Occasionally I was, occasionally I was in tears. To be fair, I did go along with it out of fear of losing him.
Wait.
After 3 years of being snapped at and yelled at constantly, very rarely being shown any affection. Sounds like he was coming home every night and banging you. Talking about. So she ended up breaking off the relationship, and he retaliates by blacklisting her in the industry. He made calls to several companies I received regular work from to get me fired by threatening to never work with them again. He succeeded. I was blacklisted. The stress caused her to lose 15 pounds in a week and have struggled with anorexia. She considered suicide. The Nerdist website, you know the Nerdist, that's where you may be known from. Yeah. He started that. He founded it. They've removed all reference to him from their website. All of them are gone. Chris Hardwick had no operational involvement with the Nerdist for the 2 years preceding the expiration of his contract back in December of 2017. He no longer has any affiliation with Legendary Digital Networks. That's who he sold it to. The company has removed every reference to Mr. Hardwick, even as the original founder of Nerdist, pending further investigation. Yeah, it sounds brutal. Sounds like a brutal relationship that you should leave.
So you're concerned about your Talking Dead, huh?
No. I mean, I don't care what happens to him.
He's not like Jeff Probst is to Survivor.
No. He's like the Ryan Seacrest of cable TV. That's how I see him. I won't pretend to know what this is like. I've heard lots of people, if you peruse Twitter, there are people like, oh, yeah, he's an asshole, this and that, He seems like just a pussy to me, though. He really does. I mean, just a wisp of a guy and whatever. He says he was blindsided by this big league. And these are very serious allegations, not to be taken lightly, which is why I've taken the day to consider how to respond. I was heartbroken to read Chloe's post. Our 3-year relationship was not perfect. We were ultimately not a good match and argued, even shouted at each other. But I loved her, did my best to uplift and support her as a partner and companion in any way, and at no time did I sexually assault her. When we were living together, I found out that Chloe cheated on me, and I ended the relationship. For several weeks after we broke up, she asked to get back together with me, even told me she wanted to have kids with me, build a life with me, and told me that I was the one. I did not want to be with someone who was unfaithful. I'm devastated to read that she is now accusing me of conduct that did not occur, was blindsided by her post, and was always one of the best for her. As a husband, son, and future father, I do not condone any of the mistreatment of women.
I wonder what triggered her.
I don't know.
It's crazy, man. How it can just wreck a dude like that, 3 years later.
Dude, I know, and it's like this bombshell just lands, and it's like all of a sudden everyone jumps ship. Like, people don't know how to react, and so AMC's pulling a show, and then Comic-Con is like, his work goes down the shitter with before he even had a chance to respond. I mean, it's a scary fucking world, because the stuff she's talking about, he sounds like an asshole for sure, but dump the dude. I mean, you saw the signs of that stuff before you guys started dating, it sounds like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he's sexually assaulting her, he's more than an asshole.
Well, I mean, she's claiming sexual assault by him demanding that she just be ready to bang as soon as he gets home. Got a long day at the office. He's working long hours. When I come home, I want you laid out on the bed. Is that sexual assault?
I mean, if he's forcing her in some way, yeah. I haven't read the thing, so I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, another guy's career possibly down the shitter.
Well, it sounds like he was an asshole anyway.
Yeah.
According to Twitter.
I know. I think it's just going to empower more people to just be like, yeah, I'll get back at my ex. And just say it.
Yeah, we've been seeing that the last year, man.
I know.
Me Too is going strong.
Yeah.
Per Walter's request, Gabara and the team at Zott Ford have graciously freshened up the read to no longer mention his medical misfortune. So to celebrate summer, Zott Ford is continuing their zero-due sign and drive event. While supplies last, lease a new 18 Ford Fusion as low as $133 a month with zero cash due at signing. If SUVs are more your flavor, lease a new 18 Ford Escape as low as $155 a month. Also zero cash due. Surf their healthy deals and their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Australian states are currently deliberating on whether or not to enact laws that will oblige Catholic priests to break their seal of confession to report child sex crimes.
I don't even know why this is a talk, because Australia is not even a country. I don't know if you know that, Mike.
Yeah.
Flat earthers say that it doesn't even exist.
Really?
Yeah, no, that's a real,
where's he
it's a
going with
huge
this?
thing.
Yeah,
that's
I
a
know.
huge thing out there that it doesn't even exist, and those people are just
What is it, a hologram?
holograms or some
Yeah.
shit or made up.
Sounds reasonable. I mean, I'd like to at least hear him out. I'm up for the discussion.
Fucking awesome.
So Catholic leaders, however, have rejected this idea, saying that it's a serious crime to break the seal. If the new law is introduced, Catholic priests would be legally required to report pedophiles to the police. How do you feel about that, Jay?
I think that should be reported to the police.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think the seal is that important?
No, I
Like-
don't.
like-
I think it's, that's absurd.
Yeah. Well,
Although, would it chill them coming forward to seek repentance? These people who have
Yeah.
abused kids? I suppose it would.
Yeah.
Maybe they buried it down deep and never repent.
yeah. Well, the Catholic priest over there, were Michael Whelan, he's a parish priest in Sydney, pushed back against the argument priests should not be forced to break their seal of confession, and that he's willing to go to jail, adding the state was hindering their religious freedom. I can see his argument. I mean, if you think you have,
Yeah, I can
you know,
totally
that,
see
that,
the argument. I just don't. I'm not Catholic, so I don't understand the whole, go
Yeah.
confess to a priest thing. I just
yeah,
doesn't resonate with me.
yeah. I guess I don't either. I don't get it either. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess there's a couple states already in Australia, if Australia exists, that are doing this. So who knows? Lost a couple of police officers over the weekend. Did you see that?
No.
Kansas City. Second sheriff's deputy died yesterday from injuries suffered, and an inmate who's being transported in Kansas City overpowered two officers, used one of their guns to shoot them. They confirmed on their Facebook page, the police department, that Deputy Teresa King died just after midnight following the shooting on Friday. Officer Patrick Rohrer died earlier. At
You
the
know how
scene.
hard it is to get a cop's weapon out of his holster?
Dude, I think he was handcuffed too.
The fuck, man?
Yeah.
They're designed such that they don't. You have to like press them in then down or something.
Oh,
like that.
really?
Yeah, Crack was showing me that.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, dude must have had knowledge of that.
Yeah.
And then fucking pulled that off in one fell swoop
Mm-hmm.
while handcuffed.
yeah.
The hell, Teresa? I mean, not to blame the victim, but how does that happen?
I know. When I read overpowered, I was like, yeah, 44-year-old mom of 3 or something. And it's like, how do you... Oh, man. So Patrick had been with the department for 7 years. King was there 13 years. The inmate was being taken across the street from the jail to the services building for a court hearing. He was taken in a van, and so opens the door to let him out, and he just somehow, I don't know whose gun he got, guess, but I don't know, and then was able to shoot. I don't think handcuffed behind that. Must have been handcuffed in front.
I would assume.
Yeah, really hard if you were handcuffed behind. You know what I mean?
That would be amazing.
Yeah. He somehow overpowered them. His name is Antoine Fielder. He was wounded in the shooting and was undergoing surgery. They do have surveillance video. I doubt we'll get to see that, but I'm going to vigil tonight for these cops in
That's
the
in,
Kansas City
Kansas
area.
City, wow.
Yeah. Isn't that awful?
Yes.
To lose a couple of them. Did you guys make it to the movies this weekend by chance?
I actually saw Solo finally.
Yeah, what'd you think? He's
Oh.
I thought it was all right.
just all right.
Just all right?
Yeah, that's honestly how I thought about it. I thought it was all right. I don't know.
What was the scene that Jay you said was really good?
Chewie, when he meets Chewie.
Yeah.
You like
yeah,
that?
that's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Don't ruin it. I haven't seen it yet, but
I don't know. I thought it was all right.
It's sort of like a mob movie or a gangster movie.
Yeah.
Like, I thought about it more, and I think what people, like longtime fanboys, might not like about it is there's not the Force in it. You know, it's not this whole, whole story about the canon of the Force and where that comes from,
Right,
and how it emanates throughout. It's more of a gangster mobster.
think that
in,
didn't-
this galactic setting.
That's a good point. I don't think that bugged me. I do think that I definitely see when you talk about the idea of like burying this franchise into the ground, just make as many as they can.
headed that way, man.
It just definitely got me thinking like, yeah, it'll be a while before I don't go necessarily, but
Yeah, it took you a few weeks to get to this one.
right,
you know?
right. And
You haven't seen it, Mike. So
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
a month
I have
into
to
this
say,
thing.
by the way, and I know this is a movie thing. I get it that heroes and bad guys and good and evil, but man, I don't know why this time it finally took me. Me and my dad talked about it like the whole way home. I'm like, how ridiculous it is that good guys can just, 3 of them can just boom, boom, shoot these 5. How bad guys are terrible aimed. Terrible.
Yeah, stormtroopers
Stormtroopers.
and Nazis.
Until you
Nazis
get
are
to
worse.
until you get to the final scene, like good guys can fucking sit there by the ship and boom, point people off left and right on the mountain, this and that. Then you get into the final scene and somehow they can't hit a guy in
Yeah.
one room.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and how many times throughout the Star Wars movies have you seen that scene where the Millennium Falcon is sitting there and the ramp is open,
yeah.
and they're standing at the opening, and they're just picking guys off, and lasers are going by them.
Yeah, all the stormtroopers. Nobody can hit these
Yeah.
guys standing within 10 feet of each other. Yeah,
ridiculous.
you know, the other thing I thought about too is with Star Wars, particularly because they don't have bullets. I guess like in the Millennium Falcon, they're shooting out lasers or whatever.
yeah.
Are these just
We've moved on to lasers.
whatever they are they just unlimited supply? Like,
Yeah.
there's never
Blasters.
where does that energy come
That's
from?
the benefit of the blaster. It never runs out. You charge it at night on your nightstand, I think, like your phone.
It just seems like to me there's literally never even a thought that like, oh, this could run out. I just boom, 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 boom,
I
boom.
can't believe E is deep thinking this
Yeah,
so
I
much.
know.
Like, E, when you go and get that massive fucking bucket of popcorn,
Which I did.
you just have to hang up, all thought.
I know.
of that, okay.
I totally get it.
Just know the good guy's always going to win in the end.
It was just the first time where I really was like with those when he was in that in the store or whatever Millennium Falcon shooting. I'm like, did these ever run out? Did they ever?
Well, I wasn't going to talk about Solo. Ocean's 8 came out.
Oh,
And,
did they do awesome?
I don't know how it did, but it had lukewarm reviews, which is what I saw. A lot of people were just kind of like, the plot's kind of sucks, but the cast is strong.
Yeah.
It's worth seeing. So the female stars of Ocean's 8 have talked about the prominence of the film reviews by white male critics. That's the problem here.
They mansplaining the plot.
Fucking our fault again. Is there anything that's not our fault, Jay? We stink.
Looks like it opened with 41.5 million.
That's a good open.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. It seems unfair that white men get to judge this film. One bad review can dictate so much about a film, especially when it was created by for a different audience. And that wasn't meant for you, Jay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If I had to base my career on what white men wanted, I would be very unsuccessful. So there's obviously an audience out there who wants to watch things like Ocean's 8. It's from Mindy Kaling said.
Did
that.
those people not see the trailer? I mean, there's hype for this movie. Who reads reviews anyway and decides what they're going to
I
do?
guess it's big, dude. I guess
People-
it's a big deal, those reviews. I
When is
didn't
the
know
last
either,
time-
because it's like, I don't care what some reviewer thinks.
Right. When have you ever thought? I see a movie, I see trailers, or I hear about something I like, and I know whether I know there's movies that reviewers are never going to like, and I still am going to go see it. Jackass or whatever shit like that. Like they're not going to like it, but you gotta,
Yeah, you can pretty much tell from a 2-minute trailer whether it's going to interest you. I mean, come
Yeah. Well, there was a recent study at USC in the Inclusion Initiative, and that study confirmed what we all feared. Almost
Uh-oh.
80% of film critics that reviewed the year's top 100 movies were
Oh, no.
white men.
Inexcusable.
Yeah.
dude, anyone can review a movie. By the way, at this point, like
Yeah.
anyone can just watch a movie and go to YouTube and make your
Yeah.
channel.
Rotten Tomatoes. Kate Blanchett said that while she was already aware of this disparity, she was pleased that finally some of these discussions were being laid out there. I mean, we really need to get to the bottom of this. Because, it can't just be that it's a medium movie. It's got to be white men's fault. Inciting Meryl Streep's outrage against Rotten Tomatoes, where Streep said the site gave more credence to posts from men.
Wait a minute, what?
Meryl had a
That's
great point of
huge
view on it.
allegation.
She made movies for women, but they are reviewed by men who don't necessarily value it or don't look at it the same point of view as the women doing it. It just seems unfair. The thing about so much of what Ocean's 8 is, I think white men, critics would enjoy it. But often I think there's a critic who will damn it in a way because they don't understand it, because they come to it with a different point of view and they're so powerful, Rotten Tomatoes. The hell are you talking about? Just make a good fucking movie.
That Rotten
It's not a
Tomatoes
good
is
movie.
sitting there and favoring, like if I went and reviewed my, I was okay, and versus a girl, Rotten Tomatoes is looking into males or
Got an
females.
algorithm-y.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, I'm sure.
Oscar winner Brie Larson said, "Good reviews out of festivals give small independent films a fighting chance to be bought and seen. Also, good reviews slingshot films into award as the awards contenders. A good review can change your life. I don't need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work about a Wrinkle in Time."
Is Ocean's 8 a movie that goes to festivals? Like, is that what's
Wouldn't
holding
think
it?
so.
Is that what's holding it
She's
back? That
probably
it was at
just
the
talking-
Sundance, and
Yeah.
Didn't resonate with the Sundance crowd.
Am I saying I hate white dudes? No, I am not. Well, it sounds like you do, Brie. Sorry. We need to be conscious of our bias and make sure everyone is in the room.
it's getting, dude. I can't even believe like the level.
It's just absurd.
I had a friend over the weekend that just a dumb post. It had been 20 years, I guess, since The Waterboy, and he's like, it's been 20 years since the masterpiece of The Waterboy. Just being kind of sarcastic, tongue-in-cheek. And some dude, like, responds, like, that movie's just about a guy who decides that it's cool to beat people up to make fun of him, and then people laugh. It's not okay. And it's like,
Oh my god!
are you
Seriously?
fucking kidding
Someone
me,
took
dude?
the Waterboy seriously?
Well, no, he took it the fact that, that this guy was like 20
Bobby
years later,
Boucher?
this masterpiece. It's been 20 years or whatever, and it's like,
Some high-quality
Dude.
H2O.
it's just a fucking
It's been
Adam
20 years
Sandler
and they
movie.
haven't made a water girl,
Oh,
okay?
great point. What sport would we have her play? And could she be played by a man, transgender man? Now,
A mentally ill dude, you mean?
yeah, sure, claiming to be a woman now. No, it makes you sound like a whiny baby. These stories that keep popping out, you know what I mean? It's like,
Gotta fight the patriarchy, Mike.
do you?
Yeah, you do.
Like, to me, it's just like, just go, stop whining about everything. Stop whining about, if your book's not in the book, well, go fucking open your own bookstore and load it with women books. See how successful it is. So stop bitching about it. Go make a good fucking movie. Stop whining about it. I mean, Meryl Streep's movies get reviewed rather well. I mean, they always have.
I mean, you're in an art. Art is subjective, right?
Right,
And,
exactly.
to call that art is maybe a stretch, but
Yeah.
Ocean's 8. But the point is, there's subjectivity involved. Like, what do you want? I mean, some
Yeah.
people are gonna like it, some aren't. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie,
Go
but-
drum up a bunch of interest among influential women and have them write reviews, and maybe those will come out really well, and maybe that'll inspire more people to go. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't have an answer either, but I'm tired of it always being my fault.
Yeah.
Damn
Maybe you don't
white
make a
men.
freaking Ocean. I mean, dude, there's already been like 4
I know.
Oceans movies, dude. Maybe make a new.
They
a
finally
remake.
broke through, E. You know,
I know.
It took that long for them to break through. When was the first one? Probably like 2002 or some
Probably,
shit.
yeah. And those are good movies. They're fun.
Yeah.
Some of it's stupid.
I like
some
the
better
couple
than
I
others.
saw.
They're very male-dominated films. But it's a remake of a remake of a remake of a remake. I mean, that movie goes back forever. The Ocean's story.
Yeah, 2001. You're right. The first
2001. Wow. Yeah.
I can't. God,
Clooney and Pitt, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Clooney and Pitt, Don Cheadle, Matt
Sure,
Damon.
sure.
Young Matt
The
Damon. was in-
Chinaman who could fold himself into a
Oh,
box.
yeah. I don't know
Whoever
his
that
name.
guy's name. Yeah.
Pay attention because he's not a white man. It is
Right.
rare.
That's why I
Damon
don't
was
know
in
his
that?
name.
What's that?
Damon was in that. You're right.
Yeah.
You would have known his name if
Casey
he was
Affleck.
white.
Casey Affleck was in it. Yes. Yep. Tobey Maguire is in that scene. One of those scenes where Pitt is teaching celebrities in Hollywood how to play poker or something. Remember
Okay.
that dumb scene? But yeah, just I don't know. Stop whining about it. It was whining.
You got to open the conversation, Mike. If we don't talk about it,
Do we?
Yeah.
Did you see the video of that little kid knocking over that vase or that?
I didn't see the video. I read this story. What, 150 grand they want from the parents?
132 grand. How much responsibility do parents have to keep an eye on their kid?
Like
in it?
a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they've been hit with a $132,000 bill after he accidentally knocked over a glass sculpture by hugging it. The boy was at a wedding reception in Kansas City, and where Aphrodite D, Kansas City, a glass and mirror sculpture, I guess it's called, was on display back in May. Oh, look at this kid.
Oh,
Silent
no.
thing. Yeah. Oh, I want to give you a big
Go
hug.
hug it. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
give me a big
oh, it's
hug.
the bosom. He's going
yeah,
after
he's
the bosom.
going for titties.
He
is
is,
what he's
isn't he?
doing. Fuck yeah, he is.
Yeah, it's kind of the bust of a woman, and this is glass, apparently.
Yeah. He's there for quite a while.
Oh, no.
yeah.
Oh, no. He's pulling it toward him. And,
Little help
oh,
here. Why
shit.
isn't that kid on the right giving him a hand?
Ah. falls on top of it.
The moms are still just gabbing away. They don't.
Holy fuck, man.
Look at the mom.
Yeah,
Why
the
have
mom-
they jumped up and gone over there?
They're drunk. They're at a wedding reception. They don't look like they're at a wedding reception. This is really a wedding reception? Mike?
Yeah, that's what it
Dressed in
said.
shorts and like a hoodie or something?
Hey, your thing fell.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It
I
fell.
got it,
It's-
like-
we were just sitting here and it fell.
All of a sudden, we just heard this thing fall. I don't know.
My God.
It says that they were at a wedding reception at the Overland Park Community Center in Kansas City, Kansas. Surveillance shows him.
It's a really nice community center.
It's not a really nice wedding.
Yeah, no shit. So it shows, the video shows the kid walk up and start hugging this thing, cause damage to the back of the figure's head.
Oh, we have
and
the
arms.
perpetrator.
Oh
have
yeah,
him.
He's like, it wasn't me. Not
That
gonna get
won't
away with
work
that,
here.
sir. So he goes up to it, wraps his arms around it, while his mom, Shannon Goodman, and her other adults chat on those sofas nearby. Now the artist Bill Lyons wants to be reimbursed for the money he says he lost because he can't sell it. He's estimated the worth to be 132 grand.
He has.
Have you, Bill?
Been sitting at the community center.
He'd loaned the sculpture to the city of Overland Park to put on display.
Jesus, do we have any pictures of it prior to the fall? Like, what are we dealing with in terms of?
I don't know. Let me just
Again, artist's subjective, so
Yeah.
it's hard for us to say with certainty.
Yeah. Well,
But if Bill's just going to throw out figures here,
yeah. Where are we coming up with that number, Bill? 132, huh? So the mom says, it's clear accidents happen, and this was an accident. I don't want to diminish the value of their art, but I can't pay for that.
it's not an accident. The kid went up and hugged it. Watch your kid, man.
She explained that she was saying goodbye to the bride's father. Are we watching this right video? Because did you see a father anywhere around there? That you're right. That looks nothing like a wedding reception either.
She's literally wearing shorts and like a light hoodie top or
And
something.
it way more looks like they're in an art gallery of sorts.
There's no father to be seen.
So that's when her kid wandered off, but insisted that he and his 3 siblings are always well behaved. Maybe my son hugged a torso because he's a loving, sweet, nice boy who just graduated from preschool. Lyons said, I want to be reimbursed for the amount of time that I spent on it and for what I think it is worth. So Bill's just throwing a dart. He's throwing a dart at the wall. Like, how much is it worth, Bill? I don't know, 132 grand in my estimation. I want to be reimbursed.
Materials probably cost him $1,000. Let's give him that, right?
It's
But-
what they say. It's glass and something else.
Sure, paper mache.
Mirror, a glass and mirror sculpture. Isn't a mirror glass too?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Typically.
So what do you think? Looking at that, like if that's really valued at that, don't you want to make sure it's secure with a thing around it? I mean, why would you?
Yeah, but what do? You put a velvet rope around it, you know?
Yeah.
And then the kid just goes up and steps over the velvet rope and hugs it. The kid's shitty, man. And the parents should have watched him.
Yeah, letting your kid run around at that age is not. I mean,
That kid's old enough to know you don't touch that shit, or he ought
He
to have
should.
been told that as you walk in. Like, look, these are, just
Yeah.
look. We just look. We don't touch this stuff. Then somebody ought not let them run free. I mean,
yeah, but kids do. You see them running free in places like that. I mean,
It's hard because we're kind of dealing, but this is kind of it.
it's not worth 132 grand in my estimation. No offense, Bill.
it's all subjective, Mike. Who can say? Who can really say?
And the kid was not hugging it. He was going for titties. Very clear. And I think part of the blame, because that kid that's standing there, not giving his brother a hand or whatever, that there's some blame on that kid too. He just stood there, watching it go down, and he appeared to be a bit older than the little guy, 3-year-old.
So you don't blame the kid that much that hugged it? You
I think
just say,
kids
well,
are-
kids run free. So.
I think kids do dumb shit like that all the time, and you let a kid run free in a place like that.
Well, you just said kids run free. Kids run free. That's what you
Yeah.
said.
I'm just
to
saying.
my response that you got to watch your kid. You can't let him run free. Well,
Yeah.
kids run free. So
Well, I do see him running free a lot.
I know, but-
Doesn't mean they should.
who's at fault here, Mike?
You blame the kid. What? Can we wait till he gets to 18 and then we stick him with the tab?
I kind of blame the community center too. It's like if you're going to have some event where shitty kids are going to run free.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have. Maybe they did. Maybe they instructed like all wedding participants, like, look, this is off limits. You can
Yeah.
use this area to sit, but please watch your children. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. That mom's story's not adding up to
It's
me.
not.
It
It
just doesn't. I don't know.
Well, all of a sudden, Bill's got her on the hook for 132.
Yeah.
I mean, she's desperate. She's grasping at straws.
well, saying like, I just turned around for a second to say goodbye to the father. It's like, no, dude, you were sitting on the couch. Gabby,
She
we watched
sat
these.
on her ass for another minute after the thing was pulled down.
Yeah, and we saw the kids like screaming by, running around in that place. Yeah, I blame the mom. I'll put the blame on the mom and the community center
And the kids.
and the kids.
And Bill for overpricing it.
Yeah, Bill's way overpriced his statue. I mean, I don't know where he came up. I want to talk to Bill and find out how he came up with that number.
There's enough blame to go around here.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Oh, God, I'm sure you saw this story. Convicted sex offender arrested in Arkansas.
Man. Is this one where, well, go ahead.
Charges of possession of child porn. Joshua Box, he's 35. He's indicted on June 5th on 4 counts of receiving material involving sexual exploitation of a minor, 1 count of possessing material involving exploitation of a minor younger than 12. He was convicted in 2015 of possession of 2,500 photos and 450 videos depicting children engaging in sexually explicit conduct.
My God.
He was
450 videos.
Oh, I know. Where do you even find that? It's unbelievable.
Dark web, baby.
Yeah, he was determined to be a medium risk category, meaning he's a person who could reoffend. Yeah, I would say that's strong likelihood of that.
Strong. It's
Yeah.
quite strong.
Box told authorities he'd been downloading child porn since he was 15. Nice.
Now, let me ask you this. Why can't a guy like this just go out and, get his own
meet a
piece
lovely
of
lady
tail here?
Yeah, there's a little bit more to the story.
Yeah, there is,
If you're,
isn't
if
there?
you're, oh, can people see this?
No, you can't. This computer's not working at all. What's
Yeah,
up?
we've got a hiccup on our YouTube feed here today,
Yeah.
so
Might want to Bing this.
yeah.
You
Again,
definitely want to.
Joshua Box is his name. You want to Bing that name.
How come he doesn't? It's crazy that some of these models or something, they're just, his personality, right? I'm sure he's got a great
No,
personality.
he doesn't.
and-
He's a child molester.
I understand, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a good personality.
Yeah, maybe he's funny. Girls
What?
just want someone funny, right?
He's
This
missing
is-
a nose.
He's missing like a face. His
There's a-
nose.
It's an interesting facial beard too, or facial. Like those chops are going all the way down.
If
they
you draw
stop.
a line right underneath the eyes,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, kind of
That left-
strange looking forehead and stuff. But,
Yeah.
but man, holy shit! You go bottom half, that doesn't look human.
Yeah. I mean, we need noses. Like, this is proof.
We need noses and lips.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot. I don't know the eyes. You even say the eyes though.
That-
I think
that
they're too
stage
close
left
together.
eye. Yeah, they are a little too close together. And that stage left eye is doing something that's a
Oh,
little
yeah.
off.
Yep.
But that's the least of his worries.
Are
Honestly,
those
his
mutton chops that go down just to his chin, like
Yeah, is the facial hair intentional, or is that like a burn situation? Like, what? How did he lose his nose? Is he burned? What is this?
we don't
Born
know
that way?
Yes, they say we don't. There's no one out there apparently that
Oh, I guess
knows.
here's another.
And I'm like, that's just criminal. Reporters, you need to find out.
Oh, dude, he's got a trach and everything.
Oh
right?
yeah,
Yeah, he's wow.
yeah.
It looks
Boy,
like
oh,
wow.
Boy, oh boy, what do you say about that? Yeah, he's still going with the beard there. He's trying to do the beard there, and then it just stops cold in the middle.
Looks like an ambitious surgeon tried to fashion a bottom lip, right?
Maybe. Yeah, I could see that. What is that?
I don't know what's going on, man. Whether there was some jaw cancer or what went on, but we're missing the
Doesn't
bottom
this
part
look
of
like
the
a
face.
thumb?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
it
Pretty
does, dude.
ambitious.
Is that what that is, or is that part of the trach? I mean, I've just never seen this setup before.
Dude,
And what are we doing with that nose? What is that?
So
Just plug
no reporters mention his face like during this. They just put up his fucking picture and they're like, yeah, this man was caught with 454 videos of children. He's going to jail, etc. And it's just like, yeah,
Yeah.
that
We're
guy,
just gonna leave
that guy
that
right there.
They do say there's no word on how or when Box was disfigured. Booking photos of the suspect reveal that he has mounds of scar tissue on his face, as well as a trach tube in his throat. Wow. It's worth a gander at, though. I mean, his options are very, very limited. But imagine if that was, like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, the horror. If you were a kid fucked with by this dude, like this, it's
That's like-
bad. That's monstrous.
Yes, that's horror movie type shit.
Yes. Yeah.
This guy in a white van pulls up to you, offers you candy.
I don't care how much candy he has. I don't care how many puppies he has in the back. Like, dude, there's no fucking way.
Fucking monster movie.
Oh, brutal. Man. Well, who knows how long he'll go away, but
E to the astronom couch. Maybe
Sure.
maybe you can find out what happened to Mr. Box.
Josh Box.
I feel like we need to know. I really do. You're probably right. It's probably just some disease that, I don't know. I thought we were further along in reconstructing faces. I really did think we were further down the road. than we apparently are. But yeah, they were warning the neighborhood. By the way, Mr. Box is moving down the middle of Elm Street here.
You can't miss him. He's missing a face.
Yeah. You'll know him when you see him. That's all we'll say, ladies and gentlemen. We don't need to out him, but you will know Mr. Box when you see him. He is a registered sex offender, and if you have kids, you might want to stay away from the Box residence. Good day. And then that moves in. You see him out there mowing the lawn shirtless. Fuck, dude. Oh, wow.
Hey, Hamlin Pubs are inviting you to their 5 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs' great food, their drinks, and their atmosphere. Whether you're watching the game with your buddies, out for a meal with the family, or out for an evening with your girl, it's always a great time at their Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and 2 Shelby Township locations.
Hey, let's take a really quick timeout.
Sure.
And we'll come back. And I hate when marriages dissolve, but there's an abundance of reasons why that happens, and we've got an interesting. We'll cover that next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. With Mike and Jay, of course, Big E. Making our way through here, and we talked about the U.S. Open early on, and you reminded me of this story, Jay, that I actually showed it to me. I hadn't seen it, but these guys talking shit on the golf course.
They just get picked up by a mic.
A hot mic, yeah. Those mics are, I mean, it's amazing. I love hearing, when they've got the basketball court mic'd up and the ball going through the net and, on the golf
Squeak
course.
of the shoes.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pounding of the ball on the floor.
Sure. And I love it on the golf course, too, when you get that big swing and the, ball being hit. But you could always, get in the hole, all that shit.
You know what I really like
What?
in the golf coverage now is the yellow line showing.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
The flight of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was, they'd show it, and you see the shot, and you're like, okay, I think that's down the middle.
Ooh, he's going to like that. You're like, you have no idea if it's in the bush somewhere.
Yeah, and then
or-
they switch to the camera angle of the ball coming toward.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like, okay, it's in the air. It's
Yeah.
in the air, and it drops. And okay, yeah, that was a good shot after
Yeah,
all.
it's-
But with the ball flight tracker,
Yeah.
I like that shit. I mean, it's not glow puck, right? I,
I was gonna say,
I'm not going out on a limb here, am I? Like,
I don't
are,
think
are
so.
golf purists like, oh my god,
Maybe, but it's just like the replay. I mean, the actual shot doesn't have it, does it? Isn't
No,
it
they
when they
do.
replay
yeah,
it?
Yeah.
it does.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I always thought it was just a replay. How do they do
No.
that? What are they putting, a chip in the ball? How the
No,
hell do they?
There's something on within the camera technology. That,
Wow. Yeah, it is cool when you see that thing go up and he sliced a little bit. You can tell right
I
away.
love it.
Yeah, it's cool. But having all those hot mics around the golfers, sometimes it picks up.
Hey, you take
Just
the
their
good, you
chatter.
take the bad.
You take them both, and there you have the facts of life.
So here's one where arguably it's pretty bad to have a hot mic. The USGA is deeply regretting violent sex commentary in the background of
Yeah,
this.
inappropriate.
So here it is.
Yeah, I would. I know you'll dip into good pools, but my ex. Yeah, she's hot. 287. That's when we were fucking so hard and I headbutted her in the head. Sure. And I 4-4-4-4 smacked that bitch around. Yeah, what actually happened to her? She fell. No, straight up, like we went and kind of did in the leverage position. I was laying down.
Okay, so I
drawn
guess
up.
I got some chatter there for sure,
Okay.
but I fucked her in the head.
No,
I
no, no.
definitely picked that up, but
No, he says, I fucked her so hard and I headbutted her in the head and then I smacked that bitch. And the guy's like, sure, yeah.
Sure,
His
yeah.
friends just agreeing with him.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
absolutely, yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you
Happens.
smack a bitch up? We were fucking so hard, we're going at it. He says something like, that's my ex. Yeah, she's hot. His friend says, that's when I was fucking her so hard, I headbutted her in the head and I smacked that bitch. We
I
went.
swear he says I fucked her in the head. Let's hear this one more time.
Yeah, I would. I know you'll dip into good pools, but my ex. Yeah, she's hot. 287. That's when we were fucking so hard and I headbutted her in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear it?
Yeah,
I
got it.
headbutted her in the head.
Got it. Now that I see the transcript, it all makes sense.
Much more sense. I don't know. I want to know. At the end, he says something like, we went and kind of got in the Muppets position,
Yeah, dude. What?
and she sat up. So it sounds like,
I'm unfamiliar with the Muppets position.
well, it sounds like he's laying down on his back and she's on top of him. Now, reverse cowgirl I'm familiar with, but that's just she's
Muppet
on
isn't indicating a hand up a person, is it?
Ooh.
Like a puppeteer?
Yeah, but it sounds like they were fucking so hard, and he leaned up, and she probably
Muppet
came
position.
down.
Eases. Do you have the Bing machine working on this one? The Muppet position.
It's just pulling up a bunch of Muppets.
No, not that's not what I'm trying to do.
I mean, I think that's what he says.
Yeah,
It's hard
it
to
is
tell.
what he says.
It sounds like he says Muppets position, but I've never heard of that. I want to try it though. If there's a Muppet position out there, I need to try it.
All right, Urban Dictionary, Muppet head. A person who does a lot of talking but never says anything while this occurs. Their jaw flaps closely resembling that of a Muppet. I mean, that's all. Something to do with her jaw. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I kind of like where you were going with the whole hand thing, like playing her like a puppet.
Yeah, I don't like where I was going. But
Yeah, I
that's
don't want
all
to do
can-
that,
yeah.
but yeah, it's still funny when these people are like, oh, we're working closely with our associates at Fox to like, what are you gonna do?
Nature of the open
I
hot
mean-
mic.
Fucking dudes bragging about their fucking her so hard. Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
My God, it's just such guy talk. But we deeply regret this violent sex commentary. Blah, blah, blah. It sounds like it was an accident. He's banging the chick.
Dude, were you aware that Jimmy Kimmel and Ted Cruz were playing one-on-one basketball?
I was not.
Apparently
I do
this
have
happened.
the story, though.
This
Yeah.
happened.
Dude, can you imagine losing to Ted Cruz in a
He
basketball
did.
game?
He lost 11-9 to. Gonna beat you, Jimmy.
Oh.
Jimmy, I'm gonna go out there and just work hard on behalf of the people of the United States.
Oh, I wonder how his Father's Day is.
Oh my
You know?
God, yeah, those two girls that hate him.
Hate him, yeah. He's trying to get kisses in the morning for Father's Day, and they're just like,
Come here, pumpkin. Give me a kiss.
Ugh.
Give Daddy a kiss.
Like,
It's
who
Father's Day.
are you? Get out of our house, weirdo. So, yeah, I guess this started back a couple months ago. Houston Rockets are in the playoffs, and Cruz is there at the game. He's a fan, obviously, from Texas. Young junior senator from Texas.
Dude, he looks so goofy in a fucking pair of shorts and a T-shirt. My God.
Yeah.
With his hair exactly right.
Oh,
just like he's on the Senate floor.
Absolutely.
Just doing the work of the American people. Dude, I just saw him drive to the hoop. Oh my God.
Is it bad?
Yeah.
I haven't seen video. I guess it's going to air Monday on Kimmel's show, like it was filmed for that. But Kimmel, when they showed Cruz on screen at the Rockets game, he was wearing a collared shirt with a T-shirt over it. And Kim was just like, "You fucking loser!
Yeah.
You look like an asshole."
Like a button-down dress shirt with a T-shirt over it.
I think so, yeah. And he's like, "Well, mock me, will you? How about just big talk for a guy like you? How about we take this out on the court?
Have a little round ball contest, Jimmy."
I believe he called it ring ball.
Nice.
He says, "Yeah, I kind of like that."
No.
He says we could play a little one-on-one hoops, or parentheses, or ring ball, as it's called.
Ring ball.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, though. Is he just an assassin from outside? Because
I
you play
think-
one-on-one where a guy can just fucking drain him. Like, dude.
Yeah. There's not
Then
much
you
you
get
can
up
do
in
about
his
that.
grill, and then he takes you on
Yeah.
the drive. You know,
Well, I guess
quick
Cruz-
step by Cruz. Everybody knows. Beware of the quick step
Yeah.
to the left.
Yeah. I don't see him as a quick step kind of guy.
No,
He's going to fake left, go right.
Nothing there.
But I think Cruz played basketball in high school. And so,
Everyone plays basketball or football in high school.
Seriously.
but if you're on the team though, I mean, if you're playing on the team, you would think he could.
Are you
shoot
really
a
giving
little bit.
Cruz credence for playing basketball in high school, Mike?
Well, I mean, it's better than nothing. The guy doesn't look like he could play a sport ever. You know, you just at first glance you would have thought he was just a nerd.
So James Kimmel didn't play basketball in high school?
No, Kimmel didn't play basketball. So Cruz won 11-9. And like I said, the footage will air Monday night. I'm not a basketball player yet. I know deep in my heart, I know that I must be able to beat Ted Cruz.
No, you
and
can't.
so he wanted to beat him in his own backyard. That's why he was in Houston. He's like, I wanted to humiliate him in front of his own people that he loves the most. If I lose, I'm not going home. I'm just going to live on the Houston streets. So they were playing for charity. It was like, all right, Big Mouth, what do you say? The loser gives $5,000 to the non-political charity of your choice. And so there's like some Texas hospital that's Texas Children's Hospital, I guess. We'll get that money. All right,
Yeah,
big
Cruz
guy.
talks shit leading up to it. I guess he was tweeting, video of him draining outside shots and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Kimmel tweeted at him, all right, I'll accept your invitation on one condition. We have to wear very short shorts, which is hilarious. Did they end up wearing short shorts?
Not
I don't know.
really. I mean, I'm having a hard
Yeah, that dude, Kimmel sure didn't.
No.
Look at that high dribble.
Oh, God.
Cruz is dribbling up to his earlobes.
Look at that.
But look, he's that quick step to the left.
Yeah, he's got him. He's got
Kimmel
him.
didn't respect it.
I remember a video, like it might have been the Man Show, when it was Kimmel and Corolla doing it, and they took on like two girls in basketball, 2-on-2, and the girls were from UCLA, I believe. And Kimmel and they
crushed 'em.
They beat them. They beat the girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it could have been edited video, I suppose, but yeah. So I'm shocked that he can't beat Ted Cruz. That would be humiliating.
I beat you, Jimmy, just like I said.
Yes, I swore I would, and I did.
On behalf of the American people.
That's all I can do. Did you see the good poops? Did you see the good poops?
Oh, I saw the good poops.
Look at that poops. This is why it's good to have these things around. Loyal Yorkshire Terrier. Yorkshire Terrier.
It's like a Toto, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Toto from
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz.
Am I crazy about those dogs?
Yeah.
Those little guys, But
Little yappers.
yeah, but it stayed with a missing 3-year-old girl.
Little 3-year-old wandered
Yep.
out in the cornfield, huh?
Yep, dense cornfield in Missouri all night, and this dog also barked. I mean, you can imagine we got a 3-year-old go missing in a town. Like the whole community was like, find this girl. And so they had like a 150-person search party. They had helicopters with infrared. And some of the people in the search party had a dog with them. So they couldn't find this girl at like 8:30 at night or something. They couldn't find her. That's when she went missing. And so they regrouped in the morning, and they go out there, and someone brought a dog. And this dog barked, and then the Yorkshire Terrier
Barked back.
and they were able to find him. The dog sat there all night with the little girl.
Oh, good boy.
Yeah, her dog, Fat Heath. Hi, my name's Fat Heath. I was like, that has to be a typo.
It's a great name, isn't it?
Fat Heath. I'm assuming that Remy Merritt named her dog. I want to call him Fat Heath.
It's great.
Yeah, that is a kick-ass
Dude,
name.
think about that. A 3-year-old wanders out amongst corn and shit. Like, have you stood next to a cornfield
Dude,
in a
they're
while?
terrifying.
It's dense. That's like a needle in a haystack, man. If a little
Yeah.
kid just wanders without any direction. And
Oh, my God.
wow.
How do you let a
you'd have to
three-year-old...
do the helicopter with infrared answers the question, because I'm like, how do you even, how do you go about searching for something like that? The kid could be anywhere, over acre upon acre of cornfields.
Huge. I don't know how you let a 3-year-old wander off into a cornfield either. You know, I mean, you got to keep an eye on 3-year-olds.
Not hugging statues or wandering amongst the corn.
Yeah. God, that's just crazy. I'm assuming the 3-year-old has not seen Children of the Corn.
Dude.
Because there's no way she would have gone out there had she.
Shit freaked me out. Like Isaac and stuff standing out there with like that little flat brim
Oh.
hat. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
Ezekiel.
Yeah. I
Ready
don't...
to just kill you with one of those blades.
What are the sickle?
Yeah.
Sickle? My dad's terrified of that movie, by the way.
Oh, I don't blame you, Bob.
Yeah. He's the scariest movie I've ever seen. So, yeah, it's what a good girl. Although, does it surprise you that the dog wouldn't stay with her? I mean, if that little girl's laying there, I would think the dog... I mean, we're giving too much hero tag.
Oh, are we pumping up Fat Heath a little bit?
I don't... I mean, where's Fat Heath
Pump
going
the
to go?
brakes a bit on Fat Heath?
Yeah, just a touch. It's like, that's her dog. I mean, if it wasn't her dog...
Do we know if she wasn't trying to catch Fat Heath? Maybe Fat Heath is to blame for this.
This
Maybe
could be...
Fat Heath wanders off and she's trying... She stayed with Fat Heath all night.
Fat Heath ran into the fucking
And she
cornfields.
had the wherewithal to stay with Fat Heath until he was rescued. This girl's a hero.
She's an absolute hero. She took mosquito bites for Fat Heath. She's been bitten up like you can't believe. So was Fat Heath, though. He got mosquito bites, too. Dude, this is the story. Fat Heath took off into the cornfield.
Lost dog, and this little 3-year-old had the wherewithal to stay
ran
with him
out
all
there
night
with him and laid there all night with Fat Heath.
to protect him.
Yep. Isn't that funny if that was the story? She's like, wait a minute, I didn't wander into the thing. Fat Heath did. I just went after him. I knew he'd get lost in the cornfield. Never make his way back.
Virtual maze.
Yes. A lot of bites, a little bit thirsty. They got a clean bill of health, but they're a little dehydrated, too.
Sure.
Imagine Fat Heath needs my bowl of water. Yep, I need my brown circles and my bowl of water. Get dehydrated.
Hey, your investment plan should be created just for you. However, developing and maintaining a financial plan can be a bit of a balancing act. Well, Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial can deliver the guidance needed to develop a well-balanced investment plan. Call him today and tell him you're a friend of the show for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. Call 248-626-2000 and ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
I'm finally going in this week to see Mark. You know, he's been trying to get me in for like one of those compliance visits.
Yeah.
Like by law, FINRA SIPC, they require
Sure.
whatever every probably year. It's probably annually that you got to touch base face to face with people, have them sign stuff.
Yeah.
Indicate that you've met with them and explain shit. And I've just been like, I can't make it this week. Maybe next week.
He'll come over here. He's right down the street. His office is literally right down the street. He's like, dude, can I stop by? Because I have to sign something for him. And it's been, I went into his office. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry you have to deal with me. I'm sure it's much better working with a professional like Jay. He goes, yeah. Because Jay won't answer the phone. He doesn't call me back. He's ignored me literally for a year.
Look, this
you're
is
a
what-
much better customer than Jay is.
This is why I use Merck, because I completely trust him and I just want to give it to him.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, you deal
And
with
so now I'm thinking about it. Even though it's,
He's making you work.
It's only a modicum of thought. I just need to go in there and stare blankly at him while he explains all this,
He's got a stack of sheets, and he's like, see, here's what we did here. We bought that.
You're like,
it's like, yeah, good. And it went up 12.4% over the last 6 months, you can see.
Like, is it
And you're
double yet, Merck? Like you promised me?
Yeah,
Is it double yet?
Well, on this sheet here, you'll see too that this investment here, and he's
like
just
super interested. Yeah, he's like, but watch this. Watch what the market did here.
Yeah, it's super nerdy, dude. It's super. You're just like, Mark, get to the fucking end where I gotta sign something. I trust you.
So it's like way bigger than it was when I gave it to you, right,
Yeah.
Mark? This nest egg of mine.
How close to millionaires are we? Are we getting there? We eking our way there? He's like, well, here's what it would have done. He's like trying to justify his operation. You know,
Yeah.
he's got to sell you on it. It's like, dude, I'm already sold.
Sold, Mark.
I bought Mark Leibovitz back in high school. I knew the type of man you were going to become. So I have no problem trusting you. So, yeah, just go over there and sign your shit.
I will.
Get out. Or
I
tell him to
will.
come here. Because he's going to come here and stop by, and I got to sign something. So maybe you can just do it then. I'll tell him to bring Jay's paperwork so he can sign it too. God, it sucks when relationships break up. When you see marriages dissolve, you know, not many of them do. Only 51%.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're over 50%.
Yeah,
right?
which is nice. You know, we were right there on the border of 50%, 47, 49. It's like finally made it over that hump where 51% of marriages dissolve into
Amazing.
shit. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
The people just, I don't know what it is. It's like, oh my God, I got to get married. I'm this age. I need to get married. You know, I know friends that thought like that. I'm supposed to be married at this age, kids at this age, stability, job, you know, all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, I just flew into the wrong thing. I don't know what this couple, though, his husband has declared his marriage is over. It's done after his wife salted their popcorn at the movies.
That was it, man.
Yeah, against his wishes.
The straw that broke the dromedary's back.
Do you think there was other stuff in the marriage
There
that,
might have been something.
that was troubling, that led to the straw, as you say? Cops were called to mediate a dispute at the Marcus Majestic Cinema, and this is in Wisconsin. The wife explained that prior to the movie, she was in line to get popcorn when her husband asked her not to salt it before he walked away. After getting the popcorn, she decided that since she had paid for it, she would go ahead and salt it despite his protests.
Human beings, man. When you get to the
Such assholes, aren't
well,
we?
it's when you get to this point of like you said, like there's clearly other stuff going on. You get to these things where you're just like, you know what? I don't give a fuck if he wants this. I'm fucking doing
Salting
that.
the shit
and there's
out of
all
it.
these just little things that eventually become like, you know what? I know he doesn't like the air conditioning on. Fuck him.
Yeah.
It's my car.
Hey, it's going to have the window open and the air going? Fuck him.
And it's just like, I paid for the popcorn, so I'm gonna salt this
I'll
shit.
salt it if I want to. Don't just get 2 small bags of popcorn, one salted and one
Right,
not. You know,
I
let's
know.
just salt the shit out of his. Yeah, see how he likes this. And so he sits down, and when he discovers that his wife salted that fucking popped corn, you are unfaithful. He accuses her of being unfaithful. Yeah. And then declared on the spot, this marriage is over.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I could have been there.
Fuck yes.
I would have given anything to be there. I would love to hear a dude proclaim something like that in a setting
This marriage
like
is
that.
officially over.
Just a thought that you'd be in the theater, and then like does it, I don't know if it says what they're going to watch, but you're in that theater. Say you're getting ready to
I'm
watch
dying
Solo.
to know what they said. That it's unclear what movie they were watching.
How is it getting clear? It should be easy
Dude,
as shit to
I
know.
want to know what they were watching so bad.
I'd love to be in that theater, and then you're like, oh, so we
Well-
well, let's get this movie going.
The husband then refused to watch the movie, and so she sat there and watched it by herself, and he went outside and just sat there and waited for like 2 hours. Sounds like kind of a baby, doesn't he?
God.
And so,
It's like 7th grade, man.
yeah. So he sits outside, and he's like, "Oh, she's got the keys. I can't go anywhere." And so
Dude,
she watched the
Uber's-
whole movie by herself.
I don't know where he lives, but Uber somewhere, man. Just Uber a lift home.
Yeah. So she found him after the movie, but would not let him drive, claiming that he drives too fast when he's angry. Sounds like he's angry a lot. He should have calmed down in that 2 hours, right?
Cooling off period.
I mean, dude, how much more of a cooling off period did he need than
But
a
you
2
say
hour
that, dude,
movie?
again. The reality
You think
is
he was just
dude,
working
this
himself
is-
up over and over
well,
again?
Well, no, this is just
Fuck, goddamn
building
salted
up
popcorn.
over. He's thinking about how she doesn't do some other thing at the home, and now, granted, not that he's perfect either. I'm sure he's got stuff, but that's what it is, dude. He's like, you know what, dude? I let that one thing go last week. I've been fucking annoyed about this. I had to cut the grass today, and this is what I gotta do, or
Yeah.
some shit.
Well, the wife ends up calling the police, and they get there, and she's like, he refuses to get in the car to go home unless he's driving. This is so ridiculous.
This is what the police have to deal
Yeah,
with.
the cops show up,
Nice.
and they're like, what's the deal? She's like, he won't get in the car to go home. They're like, ma'am, he's an adult. He doesn't have to get in the car with you.
Do anything he wants.
Yeah,
Technically.
I mean, he can fucking walk home then. She's like, I'm going to ask him one more time to get in the car, and if he doesn't, I'm leaving.
They're like, okay.
Yeah.
sounds good.
She's like, but officer, he drives too fast when he's angry. But she did say, she said to the police that her husband's never hurt her. She didn't fear him harming her, only that he drives too fast when he's mad. It's unclear how long they've been married or what movie they had planned.
Those things are annoying that they're not in the story. I feel like I want to.
Dude, I felt the same way. It was like, what are you seeing? They were seeing Ocean's 8.
There's obviously a witness who was sitting near them when he proclaimed this, right? That they're relying on. How could you not, as the reporter or whoever, how could you not ask that?
That's such a small detail.
I was wondering the whole time, man.
Yeah.
And then
I don't even know what's out right now. You know, I want to see what this couple.
Maybe they didn't ask it because it's totally irrelevant. It is.
It is, but why did they mention it's unclear what movie they went to?
Because they know we're all thinking it.
It's just a tease. That's it.
Yeah.
I just want to know what the atmosphere in the movie theater after this was too. He walks out and goes, "That's it. This marriage is over," and everyone else is like, "Okay."
I kind of want to reach out to the Masonic Majestic Cinema in wherever.
We could do that.
Stays. I kind of want to reach out to them and go, you know that couple, the guy in the salted pop. You have to be familiar with the story.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us what movie they were seeing?
What
movie did she watch?
I think it might have been Solo.
Can you look up the phone number for that? You want to call him really?
Sure.
Well, let me see. Gotta.
Here, it's the Marcus Majestic Cinema, Bloomfield, somewhere. Yeah, I think we've got to figure out.
Is he gonna dial up there?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just asking from where is this going to occur, E? Because I'm going to have to plug my shit in if not. I understand. You're taking a moment to look it up.
He can't answer that. It's too busy.
Wow.
He is focused.
He's in full Bing search.
He's got Majestic Cinema. Brooke.
This isn't happening.
Yeah. Should we move on? If you find it today in the next 20 minutes, I guess we can call them. Did you see that 23-foot long python? Dude, how does this happen?
I saw this story several times, and I can't believe every time I saw this story listed, it included a picture of the dead woman.
But they put blocks over her eyes, black blocks.
I can't believe
I can't either.
The story is a 23-foot woman or python ate a woman
whole
while she was gardening.
Yeah.
And this took place where? In like Jakarta or something?
Yeah, it's a
and so I'm like, okay,
Indonesia.
Sure. Wow, that's awful, right? I mean, awful. 23 and then you scroll down, there's a picture of her.
Yeah.
A picture of her removed from the belly of this python. The python's cut open and there she is, like, all torpedo.
Yeah.
Shapen.
Watiba. W-A. Beautiful first name. Yeah, dude, that's a great point because
when did they ever show dead bodies like that in other stories?
Never. They stop it. They freeze it. Before.
It's like in every news source I saw this story in, and it's everywhere. It's been picked up. There it is. That picture. I can't believe it.
Dude, when we were kids, these stories are old. Like they happen where a gator ate someone, and it was like it would be terrifying when we were younger. Like even the thought of showing that a human arm that a gator ate. Or something.
Even the fake arm in Jaws 1 that's washed up on the beach. I mean, I still remember it like it was yesterday.
But seeing her whole body. I mean, there's just a dead woman. They just literally ripped it out of the belly
all
of this
slimy.
fucking snake. Yeah, all slimy.
Gross.
So gross. Poor Watiba. I feel like this is bad to say, but I feel like a python wouldn't be able to take me down to Chinatown. Like I could just poke his eyes or something.
Dude. Of course, that's what occurs to you, right? I
mean, like it gets
okay,
a hold
23
of
feet, big snake.
He's
no
a
doubt
big
about
boy.
It.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, maybe I don't know, run, kick it.
Are you kidding, Mike?
A
22-foot python could definitely take you down, dude.
But dude, I poke its eyes.
She must have been a wisp of a woman, and it must have come upon her. Gross.
Yeah, 54 years old.
In a way that she's probably bent over doing her garden and stuff. And it just got her just right.
Ugh. They said, I didn't know this, but the reticulated pythons, these huge ones, grab onto their prey with dozens of sharp, curved teeth and then squeeze it to death before swallowing it whole. So they got her head first. So what does it, leap up and just grab her by the head?
I mean, it might bite her anywhere and latch onto her, and then once it gets its 23-foot body around you and just squeezes you.
Oh, God, what a shit way to go.
Yeah, it doesn't have to have you by the head. It can kill you first and then go ahead with the swallowing procedure.
Oh, that's just so weird.
So Ratiba doesn't return home at the appointed time.
Yeah,
the villagers go look.
They're worried, and they go out and they
about
just
50
see this.
yards from where her garden is.
Yeah, they see this snake.
Just laying there, with a cigarette.
That was good. That was a good meal. I gotta be. Hey guys, what are you guys doing here?
Kind of in that tryptophan
And
sort of
Yeah, he's
state.
He just had his Thanksgiving dinner. Oh man, that was good. Oh, that was good. And so they're like, "What's in your belly?" He's like, "Nothing."
What's in your
Nothing.
belly?
Nothing.
Looks like it's vaguely
No.
shaped like Retifa.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I was just having a meal out here. Everything's fine.
It's about 5'2", 115.
No, nope, it's not what you
can
think it
tell.
is. You're making a big mistake here, folks. Big mistake. And so the villagers carry this snake, this 23-foot snake, back into town. He's kicking and screaming the whole time. It's not me. Let me go. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And then they just kill it. And then they slice it open, and sure enough, the snake was lying.
She rolls out.
Yep.
Well, snakes have been known to lie or be evil for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of devil in them. Yeah.
They don't got a lot of good reputation to me.
No, especially around apples, fruit, that kind of thing, you know? Oh, that would suck, dude.
But weren't you struck by the fact that they showed her body?
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so. It's the first thing I thought because it was right there. And
Looked like a stuffed grape leaf, you know? Just
Yeah.
kind of like,
slimy.
yeah.
And just laying there. Oh. You got the number?
I think so.
Well,
This is
Jesus.
Jesus, go.
Bing search
you got
worked.
it. Okay.
All right, let's call up the Marcus Majestic Cinema in Wisconsin.
Thank you for calling Mark's Majestic. My name is Jenna. How may I help you?
Hi, Jenna. This is Mike and Jay from the Detroit Cast calling. We just had a quick question for you.
Okay.
Do you know the story that's all over the papers about the couple that declared the guy was like, my marriage is over because his wife salted the popcorn?
Mm-hmm.
What movie were they going to see, or did she see? We're dying to know.
I personally don't know. It was from this theater?
Yeah. Are you guys the in Brookfield, Wisconsin?
We are.
Yeah, apparently some couple was there, and the woman oversalted the popcorn, and the guy just had it. There was a straw that broke the dromedary back, and he was like, I'm done with you.
This
Our
marriage
marriage
is
is
over."
over. And he stomped out, and it was a big deal, police situation.
Yeah, he went outside, and she was like, screw it, I'm going to sit here and watch the movie. But then they don't say what movie it was.
And we're dying to know.
Yeah.
If you give me a second, I can see if anybody knows.
Okay.
That would be
That'd be great,
wonderful.
Jenna.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Okay, 1 second.
Thank you.
Jenna, very helpful.
We're getting close. Usually we go, guys, time for this.
While we wait for Jenna.
Well, it's 11 o'clock over there, right? So it's 11 on a Sunday, dude. It's just those, real early shows. Dead as shit.
Do you guys have a guess on movies? What movies are in theaters right now?
I guess Solo. Just,
Yeah.
well,
I'm going to say Ocean's 8.
is Ocean's 8 what overtook Solo as the leader at the box office?
Than any of
Oh,
these.
I bet Deadpool 2.
Really?
Yeah, maybe they were watching Deadpool 2. So here's your choices, Jay. We've got Ocean's 8, Incredibles 2, Tag. They could be seeing Tag. They seem kind of trashy, you know.
What does that mean?
I don't know. It just seems like a dumb comedy that they'd want to go see. Can't wait for that.
I want to see Tag.
Yeah,
What does
me
that
too.
make me?
Solo, Deadpool 2, Hereditary. Nah,
Sticking with Solo.
Superfly, Avengers Infinity War, Adrift, and Hotel Artemis.
Going Solo. Well, she sure went solo at the end of the day, didn't she?
Wordplay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Deadpool 2. Isis, do you have a pick?
It's kind of been out there a long time. That's a dark horse, I would say. A dark
Really?
Dark horse
Yeah.
pick.
Incredibles. I don't know.
Incredibles 2. You think these adults were going to...
Dude, I saw
lot of
something
people
on
like
Incredibles.
Incredibles.
They want like an epilepsy
Hi, are you
warning.
guys still there?
Yeah.
Hey, Jenna.
Hey, Jenna.
They came to see Overboard.
Overboard?
We don't even
What?
have that here.
Yeah, I don't see that
What's
listed.
Overboard? Do you know?
Overboard is the remake. It had that Mexican actor where he was rich and he fell off his boat and he got amnesia, and the wife got payback by marrying him and having him be a dad to her kids. So
Is
that she
this
could
a
pay for her
remake
bills.
of a Goldie Hawn Kurt Russell classic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Wow, I didn't think that would ever be remade. Of all movies to be
Yeah.
remade,
Yeah.
Overboard. Interesting.
Jenna, you have been a
Yeah.
tremendous help this morning. It was eating away at us.
Yeah, I was guessing
needed to
Solo.
know. Yeah,
but-
Jay guessed
I needed
Solo.
to know now, too.
Yeah.
What's that?
I needed to know now, too, that you brought it up.
Yeah, yeah.
So can you believe a couple did that though? Guy just drops his wife over salt. Had to be something else there, right? Maybe.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You guys really think that there was something else going on
Maybe, just
before
maybe.
this incident? I mean, because that is infuriating if you're the guy and you're like, I demand you don't salt this popcorn, and she defies you like that?
Now, in her defense, she wants the salt. He doesn't. What if she had come up to the concession stand and asked for, like, an extra bag? Like, hey, can I put half of this? And you guys would have been like, no, I'm sorry, ma'am. You have to buy another round of popcorn.
No, we do it all the time, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
And a lot of what couples do is if one part of the couple doesn't want salt, we salt the bottom and not the top.
Interesting.
Wow.
So this
so
is
that
a
the guy can eat on
fixable
top
problem.
and she can eat on bottom.
Wow, there's an easy solution to
Trying to
this.
stick it to him.
She did. Yeah,
she
was
was. Yeah,
sticking
she
to
did
him.
this on purpose.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Well,
Interesting.
Jenna, thank you for your time. You've been a huge help.
Yeah.
We wish
No
you the
problem.
best.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks. You too, guys.
yeah. Hopefully, we'll get out there to the Marcus Majestic Cinema someday, and we'll say hi in person.
I will be here.
Excellent.
What a plug.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Bye, Jenna. Bye.
What a plug. Hey, anybody out there in
Roman
Wisconsin?
area. You want to rattle off some start times for movies today in case anyone's out there in the area?
Right.
I noticed that Incredibles 2, playing at the Marcus Majestic Cinema, is on the Ultra screen. So
Well,
if you
they'd
wanna
be, I
go
mean,
there.
you got to remember, it's 11 o'clock there. So they'd be noon.
Dude.
Noonish, The Incredibles 2.
Overboard?
Overboard?
With
How the hell did
Eugenio
you-
Derbez and Anna Faris?
Anna Faris.
I
Yeah.
can't believe she went and got. Honestly, I'm shocked that she went and
Dude,
actually
how,
answered that.
how would this not be the buzz of the theater? You would think everyone in the theater
Yeah.
would know
Oh my
exactly
God,
what
they're
was
going
going
to see
on.
Overboard in this crazy
You wouldn't
couple.
have believed it when he declared this marriage is over. It's the greatest moment ever. I mean, dude, when you're working in a place like that, like, talk about shaking up your day.
Is there a movie that more did not need to be remade?
Yeah, you're really
than
hung up on Overboard.
I
This
can't
bothers
believe
you.
it, man. You remember the Goldie Hawn Kurt Russell classic?
Yeah, I don't really.
No, I didn't see it either, but I can't imagine. It was this middling sort
How
of,
the hell
you know.
did you remember that?
I don't know. It's like an 80s movie, and shit, it might have been where those two met. They've been together ever since. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was their anniversary or something, and they're like, "Oh my God, how timely!"
Well, maybe we should make E watch the original and the new one and see if it was worth being remade. you know?
1987.
Have him
dude.
do a quick report upon it.
Cool.
Tell
We
us
are-
what you liked about
we
the
are
original.
30 years out of the original. Maybe it was time.
It was time, definitely. I didn't remember it. Anyway,
New-
dude, I
new to
feel
you.
so much better that we know that. Don't
Yeah,
you?
it's sort of loose end that
Yeah.
would have been troubling to leave open.
Yeah. Anyway, should we get to some email?
We do
Jay?
have some email, Mike. Tell the listeners, if you want to write into the show, send us your thoughts to email@detroitcast.com. Be fun to hear from you.
Sure.
Jason writes in concerning a Roseanne show idea. Of course, Roseanne, who has been removed from her own show. There's been
yes.
chatter about perhaps them going forward without Roseanne, which
Yes.
would be unique.
Hilarious.
Jason says, I saw a tweet the other day, but I can't find it now, that said the Roseanne show should recast Roseanne's character with Danny DeVito, but not address it at all. I'd watch the show.
I would too.
Is that a callback to something? Did Danny DeVito do that on an episode of something where I feel like that's been done, but maybe I'm just no, where there was a classic show and then Danny DeVito stepped in as the dad. Or
Oh,
something.
you remember Danny? Not just
Yeah,
that
right.
happening, because didn't that happen with what was it, the Bewitched or whatever? They switched dads.
Oh, Darren's.
Yeah, the Darrens.
It happens. It happened in Fresh Prince too. They switched out the wives.
Oh
at
yeah,
one
the
point.
yep, the
Yeah,
rich
that's
wife.
a good one. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
But no, I feel like the Danny DeVito thing's been done, but maybe not.
maybe.
Noel writes in, on Mike Walters' grievance, the opening poem, number 1070, when discussing air guitar, Mike Walters, who worked at a rock radio station for years, just called a Metallica song a Pantera song. Outrage!
Did I?
Metal up your ass. Just busting your balls, Mike. Remember that one dude was just killing it? And you're like, yeah.
Rocking out to some Pantera.
Yeah.
I don't think I was even listening to the song. I
Really?
think
You
I
just threw out Pantera?
Yeah, just
that,
like
that was my feeling, too.
Yeah, I don't think I was really trying to
You're
identify.
just like,
that
yeah,
music.
Megadeth. Ah.
Yeah, Pantera, dude, go.
P.S. I think I would kill at the air guitar championship, says Noel. I do a lot of air guitaring because in my
Yeah.
band, I'm only a vocalist, so I wail on the ghost guitar.
No way, he's up on stage in an actual band, air guitar.
Hell yeah. Or when we were just partying and headbanging, I, like Mike, fluidly switch from air guitar to air drums and even air
Shit,
bass.
yeah.
Even air
Hell
bass.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I've air bassed it. I'm slung low. My bass is always
Yeah.
like Duff.
Fuck
You
yeah.
know, fucking McKagan that shit.
Uh,
Easus will play horns and stuff. I think he's not afraid to air any instrument.
oh, really?
I don't know how to play any
Like
of
a
them,
Dave
but I'll do
Matthews
it.
Band sort of thing. He'll jump on.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? I've air fiddled before.
Air
Fideled.
Fiddled, sorry.
Air keyboard. Anyone
Oh, God.
air?
Guitar.
If I'm listening to Billy Joel,
I was doing some air guitar
solo
last
that
night,
shit.
actually.
Were
Now that I
ya?
think about it. My parents were out of town for the night, so I had myself a little bonfire.
Mike's getting his treat, his Father's Day treat.
Wow.
Well,
my
day
dad-
early, huh?
My dad coaches girls softball. I don't know if I've ever really talked about this, but he was out of town for the night, so I did a little solo bonfire in the
Oh,
backyard.
I saw you taking pictures.
And,
That's why you were drinking beer at your house. The parents were out of town. I was like, how is
I
Easus
just had
drinking
like
a beer in his
it was like a
backyard?
few. It was like 2 or 3. It wasn't anything. I didn't get drunk or anything.
think-
Solo, huh? Sitting by the bonfire, solo.
Yeah, I just the thing is,
Reflecting on life.
well, here's the thing. I knew we were going to do this earlier today, and I just thought, but I wanted to do something, and it was a nice night out, so we have this little pit. So I just
Yeah,
and I
nice.
played some country music, and I was doing a little
Facebook Live or
no, just by myself.
So do you think Mike just crushed it on Fran last night? You think he just tore that
Kindness
shit
is
up?
faded, by the way.
God, you asshole!
Did she walk in with a disheveled blouse or anything today? Even
I
when she
haven't
got
seen
home?
her. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
so
him yet.
what's the deal? Does he like go to Toledo for a softball
so I'm
tournament or
not,
something?
yeah,
and
stuff like that.
she'll go with him.
Yeah,
She's
this,
like, it is Father's Day this weekend. How about I join you?
this one
Daddy?"
was. She's actually been going more often lately. Once Nana was gone, that was always a problem back in the day because
Yeah.
there'd be a lot of the
yeah,
wheelchair and this and that. Usually,
Sweet Nana.
you're right.
Yeah.
Usually, there's
God
not a
bless her.
stay
Rest
over
her soul.
situation, but this time I guess it was in Midland and they had a game this morning and last night.
Gotcha.
So you are right though. That is what happens though. Like when they're gone. So I read a book. I'm reading a new book, just stupid book, and I sat outside
Classics.
and read that, and I had a beer, and then I
Kind of feels nice to have your own place, huh?
Yeah. Do whatever you want. Huh?
I made a dinner, and then I sat by the bonfire, and then I went to bed at a reasonable hour.
Dude, I was actually thinking that because I saw his post where he's reflecting on how lucky he is in life.
Oh, yeah.
And how happy he is.
Jesus, getting thoughtful.
You know, he was getting deep, and it's like, okay, he's had a few beers.
Drunk.
And he's got a picture of him having a beer, and in his backyard, he's bragging about being in his backyard. I'm like,
It's
wait
his
a minute.
parents' backyard in there, though.
Mrs. Fady does not allow him to drink. He's not allowed to drink around her or something. And so I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
how is he pulling this off? How was he doing it? Who knew that Mike was miles and miles away, putting it, just pounding, just destroying that shit? And that's why Jesus was allowed to do that. So, oh, nice job, dude.
So, Isis, was this just drunk reflection, or are you
No,
back to the
that was-
meditation?
that was-
You back to meditation at all?
I gotta be honest. If you went through my day yesterday, it was so nice out, and so I went running, and they were gone the whole day. So I went
yeah.
running. Then I made myself some lunch, and I have this.
Day to himself.
And
Look
I
at
had,
that.
Look at that big boy.
I had this
Full-grown adult, man.
I
Yep,
had
I'm an
to-
adult.
I'm trying to read. I like reading, and so I finally have been trying to get books. It's just like fictional shit, though. But I like set up this chair under the tree
Cat
in the
in the Hat.
backyard, and I just read my book all day, and then I
How nice.
made dinner.
All I saw were the comments, and everyone says he's getting fat.
Yeah, which is true.
Oh, really? Oh, Isis.
Yeah, I'm getting a little.
They were like, holy shit, I didn't even recognize him. He's fat as hell now.
You know, the lack of beard.
I know,
think,
which is
yeah.
I know. I'm
usually-
realized that I'm
isn't
at
that slimming if you shave? No.
No,
yeah.
it depends. It depends, dude. As you guys have said it before, the beard can hide fat,
goatee is supposed to be slimming, right?
which is what. Yeah, you know what? And I took that completely off this
His
time.
face looks way rounder. Look at
Yeah.
that son of a bitch.
I know.
Yeah, a beard does a nice job for some guys of covering a chin or two,
Right.
but
Yeah. For sure. I don't know.
you're going to have to
Whatever.
learn how to take pictures differently now, E. Now that you're joining the fat
I
community,
don't give a shit.
you can't go underneath. His picture was like underneath, and
Yeah.
so it really accentuates the chin.
It was a
You need to
terrible
get it up, E.
image. It was a terrible image.
Oh,
for
his
me.
selfie stick is here, so yeah. He did
Yeah, take your selfie stick home and get that thing up and shoot down at yourself. And you're gonna have to start wearing black a lot too.
But overall, I would say it was not drunk reflection. It was just that I was sitting out. I would say pseudo meditating. I was reading this book, and it was nice out. I was sitting in this chair, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna send this thank you message to the Facebook page. So that's what I did.
It's nice.
Beautiful.
It was a cheap plug, but
Dennis writes in, speaking of extra chins, Val Kilmer, how can you ask if Val Kilmer won anything for playing Jim Morrison in The Doors and not mention Real Genius or Top Secret? They were clearly his best work. Do you remember Real Genius?
No, I
Dude,
can't say I do.
think he was like this massively smart guy who lived like in the walls of the dorm. He had like some secret passageway
Really?
through this nerdy kid's dorm room closet or something into this area. It was like this whole
And he was a
lab
super
and everything.
smart genius
super
guy?
smart, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You don't remember that at all?
No, I don't. I
Not
remember
even
the
vaguely?
title, but I don't. What is it? 80s movie?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I don't remember
early
that at
80s.
all.
And then Top Secret, I don't remember. I mean, I remember that movie, but I don't remember how
Yeah.
he played in that or anything.
Yeah, I
so
don't
I'm going
remember.
to stick with Jim Morrison as his best work until
I think most people say Jim Morrison was
Yeah.
his best work. I think most people agree on that, but
let's stick with
who
that.
am I?
We'll save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
Very good. Get yourself home. I mean, the party.
I have
is
to believe the
going to be off the
Mylar
hook.
is out, the
Yeah.
confetti, the T-shirt guns, they're all ready to go.
Sure,
Because
sure.
that was clever of you to get me over here
Well,
today, get me
dude.
out of the house, so they could set everything up.
Gab called me and was like, I've got to get him out of the house. We've got a whole committee coming over to set the place up and
Oh, man, I'm
blah,
tickled.
blah,
I'm
blah. And
tickled.
it's like, all right, I can get him here as early as 10. Will that work? She's like, yeah, that'll get him out of here at about 9 so he can make it on time. Thank you. And so I made up some elaborate bullshit story about going golfing with my dad this afternoon just to get you over here. So have fun, dude. It's going to be a blowout.
I'm sure.
Absolute blowout for the world's best dad.
That's right.
There he is, sitting right there. Look at that.
I see it.
Man, world's best dad. All right. Have a great day, dude.
Thank
Happy
you.
Father's Day to all
Thank
the
you.
fathers out there. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.